how do you keep your positive energy? How do you deal with them? And how do you don't lose yourself in the injury? Because you can do the things that you love doing so much and have been part of your life for so long.
Yeah, it's a really good question because especially when I was addicted to exercise in a really negative way, I also didn't listen to my body. If I had many injuries, many injuries, and I having those injuries, I wouldn't listen to my body and keep going. And that's kind of what's hard, right? When you work on strengthening your mindset so much, sometimes it takes over and you think that you're really powerful, that you can go through anything and you can do hard things, which you can. That being said, it is a balancing act to also listen to your body and know when to stop and know when to say that it's okay to slow down for a bit. So I dealt with a really hard time of pushing my body and my mind so hard that overtook me, where I had an injury and it just got worse because I wasn't listening. So it's a balance. I think life is a balancing act, whether it's in fitness or nutrition or just overall, right, holistic balance. But I think right now I recently had an injury where I had a tear in my hip, and my doctor said, I know you. I know you're so active. He literally goes, I'm going to talk to you like I talk to my military patients. You cannot run for a month. You have to take it slow. And I really did listen, which was really hard. And I'm still having a hard time. We're almost back to normal, but I still have pain. But yeah, I think it's really hard to listen to your body and to know when to stop. So I think you first develop that mind control, and then it's like, okay, how can I almost learn to become friends almost like with yourself, to be like, it's okay. Like, don't push yourself hard, but it's okay sometimes to say that it's going to be okay if you slow down, which I'm telling that to myself now too, because it's hard.
But how about those times, and you can even talk about the injury that you have been dealing with lately, or the injuries when you cannot do any physical activity. For instance, in my case, I've just became a runner a couple of years ago, and I run pretty much every single day. And when I've gotten injured, it's been tough. It's been tough because now I can't do that thing that gives the endorphins. I can't do those things that make me feel good. And you could very quickly go into depression. You could very quickly just go to a dark place where the thing that was keeping you afloat is no longer there. Have you ever been in that position before? And if so, how have you dealt with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a great in-depth question because I did just go through that with, month no running. Running was my ultimate outlet. So there would be days where I just wanted to run, or even I would be at Nike Run Club and you guys are running. And when there were a couple of days I couldn't even walk, where I wasn't allowed to walk and I was limping, right? So I think it's hard, but I was really thinking of myself and my body long term. I'm like, do I push myself now and keep getting injured, or do I want to be fit and healthy for life? So I think it's that perspective. But to really answer your question, it's hard. And I had a lot of hard days where I was like maybe anxious or depressed or sad, or maybe had a stressful day, and all I wanted to do was really intense cardio or run, and I couldn't. So what could I do? Maybe there was a time where I was at the gym and I was just doing upper body. I just couldn't put much weight in my foot. So I was just kind of making do. I think a lot of times if you have an injury, people think you can't do anything. And hey, maybe you can't. I'm not saying to try if you can't do it. But a lot of times you have an injury where you can still move your body in some way. Like for me, I was able to do upper body and that kind of thing. And I also did take the moment to say, hey, my body's trying to heal. I'm also going to utilize this time to maybe sleep more or rest a little bit more. And then also, once I was able to get the green light to walk, I was just walking a ton. Walking is such an amazing form of exercise. It takes away a lot of your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So walking is amazing. So I think just doing what I could do. But again, there's so many moments that were really hard. And going back to that mind control it translates into that side of things too when it gets hard.
What's up, everyone? If you enjoyed that, then press here to watch the full unedited episode. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.